Hey everybody, it's Mike from DestinyGuitar.com. I'm glad you're here, and we're going to be checking out the A chord today. Now the A major chord, in its first position, I'll be honest with you, it's not exactly the easiest chord to play. The way that I learned how to play this chord, or saw it in the chord diagram books, in a book that I think was published many years before I was born, showed a three-finger version of this chord. And I just always had trouble cramming my three fingers in there. And so, although it is helpful to play the chord that way sometimes, based on what type of a song you're playing or chord progression that you're going through, I'm actually going to show you two different ways to play this chord so that you have an option. And so we'll just have option A and an option B on playing the A major chord. Now the A chord in its first position, and we call it the first position because it's the first place on the neck that you can play the chord. The A chord in its first position is a 5-string chord. You're not going to play all 6 strings in order to voice it. So we actually just play these 5 strings in order to play that A chord. Alright, let's jump right in and show you exactly where to place your fingers. Okay, here we go. So to play the A chord in its traditional format, you'll be using these 3 fingers and you'll be putting them together on the neck, all on the same fretted area but on 3 separate strings. So take your first finger and put it on the 4th string, 2nd fret, and then your second finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then your third finger on the 2nd string, 2nd fret. So it's all right there in that 2nd fret. And then this top string remains open as well as this bottom string. So it's a 5-string chord, and there's the A. Now, to be perfectly honest, I always found this positioning to be somewhat difficult. I had trouble. Now, if your hands are small, your fingers are small, I've seen it work very effectively for people to be able to get to this chord quickly and then move to other chords on the neck. But for me, I always just had a little bit of trouble with that, and so I'm going to give you your second option on playing the A chord. It's a little more convenient for me to play it this way. I don't know if it will be for you, but this is traditionally how I play the A chord, and it's really just with one finger. And you might think, hey, that's pretty cool. I can just use one finger instead of 3, but there is a little bit of a trick to this, and I'll show you what that is. So to get started, you'll just take this finger and place it as if you're fretting the 4th string on the 2nd fret right there. Okay, so that note. And then you're going to bar, and you'll be laying that finger down in order to bar this string and this one, while trying to keep this one open. And the only way to really accomplish this is to have your finger, and my fingers don't really bend back very far, but if you kind of move your wrist down just a little bit, you can make it so that this top string will remain open. Now, if you're having trouble playing this based on maybe just struggling a little bit with finger strength or something like that, then and sometimes I do this. I just take this other finger and you can use it to press down and kind of mash that finger down on those notes. So try it and see if that works for you. Now, a little bit about the theory of the A chord. And honestly, you don't need to know the theory behind it in order to play it. If you know how to play these notes and strum those strings, you can play the A chord and move on to making great music. But sometimes it's helpful to understand what it is we're actually playing. And so the A chord, an A major chord, really to form an A major chord, you only need 3 notes. And those notes are A, C sharp, and E. And so you might ask, if I only need 3 notes to create a major chord, then, and I'm playing 5 here, well then what are these extra notes that I'm playing? And the explanation is that and really this is what makes guitar chords cool in a way, because they sound big and full and rich, is that we're doubling some of the notes, and so we're duplicating some of this. And in the A chord, the way that works is in this fingering, that we start off, we have an A, which is this open string here, so that's an A, and then we have an E that happens next, and then we have our first doubled note, and that's this A right here, and then here we've got our C sharp, and then this top note, open, is an E, so another doubled note. So we're doubling an A and we're doubling an E, and that makes it sound full and rich. It's kind of like playing an octave on the piano. It's you've got an extra notes in there. So there you go. You've got your A chord in the first position, and I just suggest that you practice a song that you like, where you've learned the chords in it, and move back and forth. You may find that that first position with the 3 fingers works for you. You may also find that that barred version works for you. Now there are other variations on the A chord, and you can play an A in several places on the neck. So maybe check out some of our other lessons in order to find out where those places are. And if you're a beginner and you're getting rolling on playing the guitar, you can learn a lot through books and videos and self-instruction, but nothing beats one-on-one instruction. So my recommendation would be to find somebody in your area who is a guitar teacher and connect with them. They'll give you a lot of good tips that are specific to you. And it's almost like, in a way, having a personal trainer. A personal trainer is going to show you a plan for developing in the craft of playing the guitar that's going to be perfect or match up to your learning speed, your learning style, and things of that nature. Anyway, check out some of our other videos on destinyguitar.com.